Being a bit precious about my car. Graham was coming in my car with mud flailing all over the place. I was just saying, go away from my car, please. Where did I just see a carrot? Huh. Extraordinary. It's been a right social here on the side of the road, isn't it? If you're ever short of friends, just stand on the side of the road. 15th of October. Unimogs now on Ratcliffes. We always use Ratcliffes, we always get them out every time we have a problem like this or roll something over, we just get them out. They know exactly what to do, don't damage anything. Thank you to JSE, Nick and team for lending us a tractor to get the trailer off the back of the Unimog and get it off the road safely. Thank you to the Ratcliffe team for sorting out this and making it a really simple recovery on what would have been a relatively dangerous place to do on the bend of the A1. I think it always surprises me how some people just go into complete meltdown, don't they?
What, when they see you?
I think it's me. Maybe it's you, Michael. Maybe they've heard about this rapid weight loss and whether you've been on this injection from the NHS. And it would have been NHS because you wouldn't have paid for it.
Oh.
That's why I know it would have been NHS funded. And you did go to the hospital the other day, so is that what it was for? Have an injection?
No, it definitely wasn't.
Oh, okay. Was it for something else then? So, Kieran's on the way up from Cambridge, got the IBC on a roundup, brought the trailer up so we can cart the last of the bean seed and etc. Swung round off the A1, broke down, lost the gears. We think the clutch has gone. We've been on to Ibbots. Ratcliffes are now on their way up with a low loader. They're going to take the Unimog back to Ibbots, and JSE did ring Nick, but he didn't answer. So got hold of Joe, second in command. He's coming up to. They've let us borrow a fast track. They're only just down the road, and Kieran's just been taken by Kevin Russell from KWR. It's been a right social here on the side of the road, isn't it? If you're ever short of friends, just stand on the side of the road. And so he's going to borrow a fast track so we can put the trailer on and then move the trailer. Going to have to try and take the Unimog back to the yard to get the IBC off it as well. But Kieran can't go spraying in this because it's so damp. We have actually got 3 drills running, which is good. One of the drills, we're having to get the power drill back up to try and sort these beans out, aren't we, where they've got the clumps.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised he hasn't come round the corner.
I woke up this morning so excited because I wasn't on PX today.
Well,
and now you broke down.
Hold on, you say that, but then your first job was you came to look at the beans.
Oh yeah, I tried to get there and away again before you got there.
Oh, okay.
And now it's lunchtime. And
well, I don't think I gave it the kiss of death. I don't think that happened.
You're just a curse.
I don't know what it is about this Unimog and me that we seem to be not bonding at the hip.
No.
And as for us doing the directions, you've got to keep your hands in your pocket. What a kerfuffle! I'm waving, you're like this. There's 2 hands, and no wonder the cars didn't know what to do. Surprised we didn't get anybody beep at us. But, this is infuriating, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm chomping at the bit. I want to go.
Well,
now Tom's here. I probably can go.
The lorry won't be here long. Anyway, the truth of the matter is, what you've been rattling on about for 5 minutes is there's a shop up here, and you want to go to the shop.
I'm running low on fuel.
They're not going to serve fuel at a shop.
No, me, not the truck.
You're running low on fuel. Well, it's only because you want to get a chocolate bar. I think there must have been an injection. Clarkson was supposed to have had this injection.
But it hasn't worked very well, has it?
Well, no. But it seems to have worked on... Hold on.
Hang on, you can't have both ends stopping.
Well, one of them's got to stop. What a kerfuffle. Right, it's your turn now.
The managing director that can't direct traffic.
Well, the guy in the car wasn't slowing down.
No.
Strange, they want to do about 70 miles an hour when they can see there's an obstacle. I don't think they can see. I literally don't think they can see until it's 10 yards in front of them.
No. Sunlight bounding off your hair, blinding them.
Is that right? Oh, hold on a second. You told me earlier I only had 2 strands of hair, so that's changed, doesn't it? You mean shiny forehead?
Yeah.
I prefer it when you're fat. And fancy sending me that joke this morning about the elephant and the seesaw And I replied and said, "Are you the elephant?" You didn't reply.
No, I did not.
No. What do you weigh this morning?
14.7. That's 2 stones since you brought this subject up.
I think my scales might have broken.
What a surprise.
I don't understand it. Being a bit precious about my car. Graham was coming in my car with mud flailing all over the place. I was just saying, go away from my car, please. I've had a set of rolls and things in the side of my car, and I certainly don't need a power harrow. So Graham's had to put the power harrow drill on, go back to Cambridge last night. Freddie took it back late last night so they could get it set up this morning. So we found on some of these bean fields where we've had problems with residue left on the fields. It hasn't got buried or chopped up because we didn't get to run the Joker across the fields as we typically would. We'd go Trano, then we'd go Joker. And so we had this residue, and then the tine drill, being the nature of a tine drill, you know, going through the ground, it was getting the residue wrapped around the legs. I mean, the residue's there because it hasn't got baled. So there's the first problem. So we've got to work out why it's not made it in a baler. So it's, you know, it's about that long, and it's got wrapped around the legs, gets the soil building up and then blocks the drill up. So it's getting no output. So put the power harrow on. We're not seeding with the power harrow, we're just going straight in front, just creating a mix. It's going about 13.5k, something like that. And it's allowing then the bean drill to come along without stopping, and it's getting it drilled. So it's a solution we were hoping would work, and it has actually worked. It was a big try because the machine went yesterday back to Cambridge, and it's got back up here. Didn't get up here till 2 o'clock after they got it all set up, etc. So we lost half a day of drilling because he could have been drilling with the Serto and probably could have done by this time 40 hectares. So we lost 40 hectares of drilling because now we're trying to keep this drill running. This is where you start to run out of men and tractors. So at least that's got this drill running, and we'll hopefully get the beans finished by tomorrow in Lincolnshire. Then we've got one field down in Cambridge to about 48 hectares, so we'll get that knocked off. And then that'll be the beans done, and then that'll enable us then to convert this into wheat and get drilling on wheat, which would be good because we're going to start wheat. Hopefully Sandy's on wheat now, I'll go and see. So hopefully now we've started our first wheat. So oats we're hoping to have finished today, probably in about an hour or so's time. We're on the last hopper full of oats. I hope I don't get the phone call to tell me we need half a ton or something. I'm dreading that phone call. So that'll be oats ticked off, and that just leaves the oats which I'm not happy with in Cambridge, which I'm hell bent on spraying off and starting again, just not pleased with the finish. Been a really overcast day. Kieran's now going to go out and spray. It's taken until 2:30 to actually get the leaf to dry. So with the Roundup, you need the leaf dry. So you run your hand through it like that, and if it comes out dry, you can spray it. If it comes out when you do it and it's full of moisture, it's too damp. It means that when the Roundup hits, the droplets hit the leaf. If it's already got water on them, the Roundup hits the leaf, it's already got water on, and it just rolls off in a droplet. So it doesn't get absorbed into the plant, and then it's a complete waste of money, and then you don't get the finished job you want. Henry's doing a fantastic job. Really is doing a great job, and Freddie's just turned up now. Got my very shiny spade, as somebody pointed out. But this is why I love controlled traffic farming, because of that. Spade straight through, go to where there's a wheeling, and you know, there's the difference. So still get it through, but it's got, you know, there's a bit more compaction there. Whereas if you come and you know, that's where everything runs. Whereas if you come to, you know, other bits, got lovely land there. He's drilled it here, and then look at that. Really nice condition. It smells good. So much in that. The land smells good. And it's in good condition. It's got the worms in it and whatever. Just looked at the seed. Nice depth. Got the bean there. It's perfect. 4-inch. Exactly where I wanted it. It's quite nice. This has got a measuring tape on it, so you can see where I need to be. Really working out well now. Thought last night, this is going to be tricky. How are we going to get these fields drilled? Because we drilled some of the bits, couldn't get where the 12-metre lines were, where the bales had run. Now the powerhouse, Graham's doing a great job getting that done. Just extraordinary how many different bits of kit you need to farm. And you might not use them one year, and then the next year you get a problem thrown at you and you have to use them. So many different pieces of kit. Extraordinary, because you just cannot plan what the season's going to do and what the conditions are going to be. On paper, it looks really simple farming until you realise the expertise that's needed. You know, and these guys like Henry's doing a great job and trying to battle through, you know, in challenging conditions. I mean, he's getting on well now, but even where it was blocking up, he was still pushing on and still getting it done. Lift up, go 15 yards, back again. Well, you've got to be a great guy to be able to cope with that. A lot of people sort of throw their arms up in the air and say they can't do it. I think that's always the difference between great people and not, are the ones who just keep going, because life just never is perfect. I'm really pleased with my hopper here that Freddie's got. So got a that hopper bin, and that works so well for us to nip down the road and just keep things safe, be able to fill the drill up. It's all on the remote, so we can open and close it from the seat, or the drillman can from up the top. Yeah, it's a good system. So we're getting towards the end of the bales. So there's 15 bales sitting just up the road, which they've got to bring back down. And then these are the last of the bales for this year. So we move them all to this central stack, because I built this out of quarry stone here. So I've got an all-weather, it gets a bit slimy, but it's an all-weather limestone pad, which gives us the flexibility to get lorries to come in. It's often where we put the gypsum and, you know, other manures and things we would tip here so that lorries can get in and out. So just that pile over there, which will eventually get moved around and go composting, will get spread. JSE will come in and spread that. I just saw Joe and he said that he hadn't had time to spread it, but he'll spread it next year. So fingers crossed the lorries come this week, and they didn't turn up yesterday, which is infuriating. So hopefully they'll come this week and we'll get all the bales cleared and actually just draw a line under it. These Henry's team work hard. A long old season when you're still going hard at it now. Long old season, long year again. My guys are doing well, keeping the spirits high. Especially considering I expected to be finished not quite 10 days ago. But anyway, if the weather holds off, all is well. Had a phone call earlier, and now I've had pictures from Gordon back in Cambridge. Somebody's gone with a lorry, not one of our lorries either. Swung in, took the side of one of our gates out, mangled it. Didn't tell us. You'd know you'd done it. Unfortunately, it's got cameras on it, so we've gone back, found the culprit, seen the impact and the way it should and everything, and they've completely smashed it up. But then just didn't say, just kept quiet, just drove off. And the level of dishonesty. Anyway, I'm going to guess it's £5 worth of damage. And if we hadn't got the cameras on it and caught the individual, that'd be £5 of our cost. Just so disappointed, but we constantly have to have these systems in place to catch people doing this sort of thing. But hopefully we'll get that sorted, get it up and running again, and then get it fixed properly. 15th of October, first wheat being sown for us this year. So it's only about a month late in that sense. So blocking up a little bit on the Serto, hopefully get going, we'll get this drilled. And then we're just having to rush and get some seed for the oats. About a ton and a bit short, which is really infuriating. So now I have to go get 3 tons just to make sure we don't run out to get the last fields done. And then that second drill can then come on to wheat. And Graham's still in front of the beans. And then he can get onto the wheat as well. Fingers crossed it doesn't rain. I think it's forecast to rain again tonight. It hasn't cleared at all today. You haven't seen the sun. It's been this total overcast. But Kieran's now on the roundup ahead, so at least we'll still be a day ahead on the roundup, and if not 2 days, depending on what rain we get. But thank goodness we've started the wheat. What a relief. What a relief. And what a great kill we've had of stuff grown. So all the oats, volunteer oats, have come up in here, so they're all sprayed off now. We're going to have a nice clean start. So the night is starting to come in. We're just trying a second field on the wheat. The first field didn't go quite as I hoped it would do. We then got the wet weather drill out here to try that, and actually that, as it strangely, was worse. So we're now thinking that we'll continue with the Serto. It's behind the wheels where we're struggling because we can see the seed and it's all a bit slotty. So the rest of it across the width is okay. One of the problems is we didn't get a secondary cultivation on these fields, which all in Cambridge is done, so bar one headland. And we're hoping, and Bedford's all done, but that's of course still too wet. But we're hoping when we get to Cambridge, the seedbeds, as long as they can dry, will be better. The concern is to do with the drying times. While it's a bit rough and cloddy, it actually dries a bit better from when it's leveled out, as a nice seedbed for this time of year. So he's just dropping his tyre pressures down to make sure they go down to the very bottom pressure that they can. See if we can minimise it. We might have to just try and alter the eradicated times to see if that's going to improve it. And then we know that we're on the crest of the hill here and it gets into some ready land there, so it'll get better. So we're going to just sort of have a focus a bit once we get out of this heavier dirt here and into the lighter to see what it's like there. And Glyn's just got the seed now, refilled him. He's gone back to do the last field and a half. So fingers crossed he'll get the oats finished tonight. And then we've got Henry and Graham, and Kieran's just ringing me, so fingers crossed he's just going to tell me he's finished spraying up here. The tyres are running clean, which is a good sign. We've got forecast rain tonight, so that won't help. Try and see what we can get done. A little bit slotty, not ideal, but might find with a bit of rain the slots close up. It's got the depth, just not perfect seedbed. But I don't know, beggars can't be choosers. This is often the difficulty with drilling this time of the year now, unless you're on some kind land. Wednesday the 16th, we're not drilling, but that's not strictly true. We've got one drill running, it's drilling the beans, and that's reliably poodling up and down. Henry's getting on well there. We are not drilling any wheat, even though we started wheat. The oats are finished. Pleased about that. And the crop that I wanted to spray off is now looking like a reality I'm going to have to keep because got so many other fields to drill. So I can't start spraying fields off. So I'm going to have to look at it tortuously all year, I think. But frustrating, we got 3.6 mil of rain yesterday, so that stopped us. We tried putting the wheat in, that won't run. Need another day or so, but there's another forecast of rain tonight. agonising. So spirits are still high with everybody but me. And fingers crossed, tomorrow it feels warm, the wind's warm today, so fingers crossed we get something done. So answering some of your questions, yes, we have the ability to do variable rate drilling and fertiliser, and I did adopt that model back in probably about somewhere around 2008, 2007, did some more in 2012 to about 2014, but we stopped doing that and we went back to blanket spreading. It's all about what the cost of the material is you want to spread if you're trying to increase P and K, and whether or not your off-take off the fields, I think, is a better way of doing variable rate. So we built mapping based on off-take as opposed to what the indices are today. The bean drill that somebody's asked, the Harrow on the rear is a horse harrow that has been fitted to the Grange frame. Will I turn left or right when I go on holiday? I have an Amex card now and I seem to want to do nothing but spend on the Amex card so that it gets me points to make my flights cheaper so I can fly slightly better, but I've only just got it, so we'll see what next year brings. Abradex, yeah, you've done a lot of Abradexing in the time. Used to have a little applicator 12 metre, then we progressed to a 36 metre boom spreader made by Kuhn, and then last year we had a Bateman with a Holstein on it, and the difficulty is we can't get over the land quick enough and we don't have a dedicated driver, so we've gone back to the sprayer based model as opposed to the Abradex. And I feel that putting it on the drills or the rolls, you can't roll at the moment, so then you wouldn't get to use it there. You put it on the drills and it starts to go wrong, you spend more time fiddling with that than you do drilling. So we haven't done that, and I'd need multiple applicators for multiple drills. Do not plough any land prior to drilling? Yes, we do. Look at some of the other videos for mustard in particular. Michael's at 14.8 this morning, so no, 14.4, sorry. So I'm very concerned about whether he has had an injection with the NHS, because I am suspicious. But well, thank you ever so much for the questions, and continue to support us. Keep saying each week, hopefully we'll be drilling next week. Sounding a little bit repetitive now, but hopefully we'll be drilling next week. All the best, bye-bye.